Good afternoon, everyone. My name is David, and I'll be the trainer for today. Today, we've got two speakers. So I myself, I'll be covering the emGuarde product knowledge and training. And today, I've got some wonderful news to share with all of you, some new updates on the new testing report and a new gadget for you to use as a demo tool. And after my session, there will be another interesting speaker. I believe most of the European distributors know who he is, and his name is Mr. Simon Lowe. And he'll be sharing with you more insights on how to build the Energic emGuarde business in Europe. So once again, for those participants who just joined the room, good afternoon to you. And for all my Asian friends and distributors, good evening. And greetings from Hong Kong. I'm currently in Hong Kong, and I just did the similar training for the Energic Hong Kong team in the Energic Hong Kong headquarter office. Okay, let's begin with today's training material, the emGuarde Empowerment Training. Today, I'll be covering 6 topics in my training session. I'll be going through one by one, and I've furnished all this material with videos so that you can learn all this syllabus easily. Do not worry about the materials that you see on this training, because I will be sharing all this information and PowerPoint slides into the emGuarde European channel. All right, so let's begin with the first topic. Types of electromagnetic radiation. Now, to understand the emGuarde technology better, we have to first understand the fundamentals of radiation. Now, in the radiation spectrum, there is 2 radiation category. The first category, it's on the right-hand side of the screen, and it's called the ionized radiation. Now, this type of radiation, it's way beyond emGuarde's coverage range. And if we are exposed to this kind of radiation, it has enough energy to immediately destroy your cells and your DNA. Today, for the purpose of emGuarde, we are focusing on the non-ionizing radiation spectrum. Now, when we go out there and share with your friends about the emGuarde technology, we have to first make clear that what kind of radiation energy is emGuarde suppressing. I've actually segmentized the energy into 3 very simple categories. The first energy in the non-ionizing radiation spectrum is known as the electromagnetic fields, commonly generated by the electricity from your power lines. Okay, so when you turn on the power source and when there is electricity going through the cables, it generates the first energy from the electric field and the magnetic field. The second energy usually comes from signal transmission devices like the Wi-Fi router, radio, or the cell towers around your neighborhood. So when this antenna transmit telecommunication signals, it creates the second non-ionizing radiation energy in the environment. So let me go to the next slide to show you a greater information. So the first energy and the second energy produces a byproduct. And the byproduct of these two energy is known as the third energy, highlighted in red color. It is known as the electromagnetic noise energy. And the emGuarde technology is built to suppress targeted electromagnetic noise energy from the electromagnetic field, which is the first energy, and the signal transmission radiation, which is the second energy. So for those people who are new in this topic, I've created a very simple animation to help you to understand better. Now, let's say this is your house. When you turn on the electricity, it produces the first energy, which is the electric and magnetic fields, highlighted in gray color. When you activate the telecommunication signals from the Wi-Fi router, it produces the second energy in your home environment. Now, these two energy subsequently will produce its byproduct in a form of electromagnetic noise energy, highlighted in red color. So when we install the emGuarde in the living environment, and when we activated the emGuarde, it suppresses targeted electromagnetic noise radiation energy. All right, so let me make it very clear in this training. When the emGuarde is on, it is not going to affect the signal transmission energy because emGuarde is not built to cancel off any kinds of telecommunication signal. All right. At the same time, when you turn on the emGuarde is not going to cancel or suppress any electromagnetic field energy coming from the power line. So these two energy will remain in your living environment. So topic number 2, let me further explain to you how emGuarde works. emGuarde utilizes harmonics frequency to effectively suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. Now, this frequency bandwidth from 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz, it's range of frequencies, all right? But emGuarde suppresses targeted frequencies. It's not the entire range, it's targeted, all right? Within a 4-meter radius. So the 4-meter radius, it's actually a given coverage range by Enagic and the emGuarde developer. Now, this harmonizing method achieves a balanced atmosphere while preserving the natural ambient frequency. In other words, when we turn on the emGuarde, we can use our telecommunication devices as normal. The Wi-Fi is still working normally. The cell phone network, 4G and 5G data, you can still use it as normal. It is not going to affect your daily routine by using the technology. At the same time, it is able to suppress targeted negative effects of the radiation, affecting the general well-being of the users. So let me show you how emGuarde looks like in the inside. Now, from the black box, if you dissect the emGuarde, it looks something like this. Pretty simple, all right? But it took the developer around 14 years to complete its research and development and to forge the current emGuarde. What you're seeing here, okay, it's actually a fundamental setup of how emGuarde works. And the most important element of the emGuarde technology, it's actually in the core technology processor, which is the green color board here. It works similarly like the Intel chip available in all your laptops, or the M2 or M3 chips available in all your Apple computer. And the core technology processor of the emGuarde governs all the programmed harmonics frequencies, targetedly aim to suppress those targeted electromagnetic noise, which has potentially, negative impacts to our daily general well-being. In the following video, I'm actually using another scientific equipment, and this equipment has been used in one of the institutions as well during the emGuarde laboratory testing. And in this video, we are able to showcase to you how emGuarde is able to suppress targeted electromagnetic noise radiation in a 4-meter radius distance. Alright, so in this section of the video, I'm going to show you how emGuarde has the ability to alleviate the
I think the video is not moving anymore.
radiation from this LED light bulb 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so now first of all, I'd like to see the screen from the software itself. Everything is clear before I turn on the LED. Now as soon as I turn on the LED, as you can see, you can actually see that the noise field from the EM radiation comes back, and it's actually showing in this blue curvy line. Okay, so now I'm going to invite my team to take this emGuarde away from me for about 4 meters, okay, in radius. Okay, now I'm going to invite my team to power on the emGuarde. Just plug the USB, leave it on the table. Now as soon as the emGuarde is on, as you can see, the frequency spectrum from the SDR software has been cleared away. Okay, now as soon as I unpower the emGuarde, please remove the power line from the emGuarde, just unplug. Wait for about 2 to 3 seconds. The radiation from the LED comes back immediately. Now let's do another control test by powering up the emGuarde again. Please put the USB-C power cable into the emGuarde. There you go. And immediately, as you can see, everything is cleared away. And this is to show you that emGuarde works.
Is there something wrong with the video?
Can I double check that the video played smoothly?
No, it's not even moving.
Wi-Fi. Testing 1, 2, 3.
Yeah, we can hear you, but not the video.
Sharing first. I apologize for the connection issues. Effectively 4 meters away from this. There you go. And immediately. Can I double check, did the video played smoothly? Can someone reconfirm?
Can you play it again? Yeah.
All right. So in this section of the video, I'm going to
Yeah, it's fine now.
show you how emGuarde has the ability to alleviate the radiation from this LED light bulb 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so now first of all, I would like you to see the screen. From the software itself, everything is clear before I turn on the LED. Now as soon as I turn on the LED, as you can see, you can actually see that the noise field from the EM radiation comes back, and it's actually showing in this blue curvy line. Okay, so now I'm going to invite my team to take this emGuarde away from me for about 4 meters, okay, in radius. Okay, now I'm going to invite my team to power on the emGuarde. Just plug the USB-C, leave it on the table. Now as soon as the emGuarde is on, as you can see, the frequency spectrum from the SDL software has been cleared away. Okay, now as soon as I unpower the emGuarde, please remove the power line from the emGuarde, just unplug. Wait for about 2 to 3 seconds. The radiation from the LED comes back immediately. Now let's do another control test by powering up the emGuarde again. Please put the USB-C power cable into the emGuarde. There you go. And immediately, as you can see, everything is clear. Cleared away. And this is to show you that emGuarde works effectively 4 meters away from this antenna. Okay, so this video actually concluded that, to verify that emGuarde can actually cover up to about 4 meters in radius. All right, so here comes the third topic of tonight's training, which is mastering one of the most common frequently asked questions. Why emGuarde harmonizes from targeted frequencies between 3 megahertz to 1000 megahertz. So I think a lot of users, they are asking, because today technology has advanced and a lot of devices are using frequencies way above 1000 megahertz. For example, the Wi-Fi router is working at 2400 megahertz to about 5000 megahertz. but why the emGuarde only harmonizes targeted frequencies below 1000 megahertz. Now, according to FCC from the United States of America, which stands for Federal Communication Commission, there is a bulletin, and we found that there is a statement made in this bulletin, and I would like to share with all of you tonight. Now, let me zoom in to the highlighted points. Now, according to the FCC, it says that the human body absorbs radio frequency energy at some frequencies more efficiently than at others. All right. Now, the most restrictive limits occur in the frequency range of 30 to 300 megahertz, where whole body absorption of radio frequency energy by human being is most efficient. Now, if you notice, the frequency set by FCC, it's actually between 30 to 300 megahertz. And this frequency, it's actually below 1000 megahertz, which is exactly one of the targeted range of our emGuarde technology. Now, let me show you the following slides to give you more clarity. Now, in one of the research, we found out that the aggregate frequencies of the body organ lies between 30 to 300 megahertz as well. And this is actually the table. Now, the normal brain frequencies operates between 72 to about 90 megahertz. Okay, same goes to the other organs. So it's actually between 55 to about 78 megahertz. Now, for your information, even the MRI machine used in the hospitals, they are operating within the 64 megahertz range as well. Okay, and why are they using 64 megahertz in the MRI machine? Because when they scan the body organs, they need about the same frequency in order for them to capture the images of what's happening inside your body. Okay, so if you look back at this frequency chart, 72 megahertz, all right, it's actually within the 30 to 300 megahertz of range as well. And the FCC regard this as the most, I would say, harmful or dangerous frequencies. And we have to take note because it can easily be absorbed, by the human body. Now, what is the scientific theory behind the effectiveness of absorption within these frequencies? Everything can be explained by using the resonance theory. So when we talk about resonance, the same frequency actually vibrates and it will affect, the other tuning fork of the same frequency as well. Now let's watch this short clip and it will explain to you how resonance actually works. Okay, so in this simple scientific video, the science teacher is trying to show you that when he used the same tuning fork of the same frequency, it is able to vibrate the other tuning fork with two ping pong balls attached to the tuning fork. Therefore, I want you to imagine this. Let me go back to the previous slides. So imagine if, let's say, in the environment, there is a 72 megahertz radiation frequency coming from the environment, it will actually indirectly affect the brain activities as well due to the resonance theory. And for your information, 72 megahertz is actually one of the targeted suppression frequencies that emGuarde uses to help you to suppress the negative effects of the electromagnetic noise radiation in your environment. On the later part of today's training, I'll be showing you a demonstration to tune specifically to 72 megahertz. Okay, now here comes the fourth training topic, and it is very important for you to understand this, which is mastering the demonstration tools while you're doing the emGuarde demo. Now, in the emGuarde demo, it is very important for you to obtain two demonstration devices. The first demonstration devices that we recommend, it's the radiation detector RD9300. Now, this detector, it's actually a marketing tool built and designed specifically to do two functions. Number one, the radiation detector 9300, it's capable of detecting the high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation starting from 3 megahertz all the way to about 1000 megahertz of range. Now, the one dot setting on the detector, it's what we do not use for the emGuarde demo, because the one dot setting is for us to pick up the radiation energy coming from the first energy, which is the power line. As for the emGuarde demo, please make sure that the detector it's always set to the 2-dot setting. Now, in this training, I would like to share with you that the 2-dot setting of the detector has got two important functions. The first function, it's for you to detect high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation power density within 3 megahertz up to 1000 megahertz of range. And this detector, it's actually measuring the energy based on the ring itself. So the ring, it's actually a cursor and it's directional. When you point the ring towards the radiation source, for example, like your phone, it has to be very close and the range is approximately 1 to 2 centimeters away. Okay? So this is how we probe the energy of the high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation. Now, sometimes in your environment, even without you pointing the detector to a phone or let's say to a computer, it starts picking up reading even though you're scanning the air. Okay? Now, for your information, it is normal that your detector is picking up even readings by you scanning just the air itself. That represents that the intensity of the electromagnetic noise radiation in your environment is very high. That's the reason why your detector begins to scan and give you readings even without you pointing towards the source very closely. Okay, now when we do the demo, we will turn on the emGuarde, okay, and the detector will definitely show 0. Now this is actually the second function of this detector. So the radiation detector 9300 will display 0 reading to indicate that it is receiving emGuarde's targeted suppression frequencies. So the second function of the detector, it's actually to detect the targeted suppression frequency from the emGuarde, and hence it turns into 0 reading. Now, I would like to make it very clear in this training that when the radiation detector turns 0, it does not mean that there is no more radiation in the environment. This is the wrong statement. So please make sure that during the demonstration, do not tell your customers that when the detector turns 0 means there is no more radiation in the environment. Because the radiation energy coming from the first energy, which is the power line, and the second energy, which is the telecommunication signal, still exists in the environment. emGuarde do not disturb or cancel off these two energy, but instead, emGuarde suppresses targeted electromagnetic noise energy, which is the byproduct of the first two energy. I hope I make it very clear in this training so that there is less misrepresentation during the demonstration. Okay, now I'm going to play this video, and this video, it's about the radiation detector 9300. And I personally believe that this video will create more clarity on the function of the detector and also the usage of the detector as well. Let's watch this video together. Okay, in this video, I'm going to explain to you the 3 different types of energy by showing you a real demonstration using the RD9300. Now let's talk about the first energy. Now from my explanation in the training slides, the first energy is usually coming from a typical power source, which is powered by AC power. Okay, because this power source is running on 50 Hertz to 60 Hertz, and it's actually emitting extremely low frequencies energy, and the electric field and the magnetic field can be measured when you turn the RD setting to dot 1. Okay, when your RD is on 1 dot, you're able to measure the power density of the low frequency radiation coming from power source. For example, let's say, now before I turn on the multiple socket, as you can see, the reading from the radiation detector is 0. Okay, now once I turn it on, when there is power running through the AC socket, it is able to pick up certain level of radiation from this low frequency radiation energy. Now this energy is not so worrisome. You don't have to worry about this energy. It's because now this energy can be easily blocked by just a very thin slice of cardboard like this, as you can see. Let me just do another try. Okay, it's able to detect now. Just one thin slice of cardboard, you are able to block this type of low frequency electric and magnetic field energy. Okay, now let me put you into another perspective when I show you by using a handphone. Now this typical handphone produces 3 types of energy. Okay, so now the first energy is actually coming from, for example, now my detector is still on mode 1, and as you can see, before I put on the charger cable, the detector is not registering any radiation density. It's because there is no low frequency magnetic and electric field energy before I put on the charging cable. Now I'm going to invite my colleague to put on the charging cable. Just put it on. Okay, my phone is charging now, and it's beginning to pick up this energy coming from the AC power line. Okay, this is 50, 60 Hertz. Now, as soon as I unplug the charging cable, so this is how we discontinued the first energy coming from the AC socket. Okay, now the second energy is usually coming from the Wi-Fi. Okay, this is the mobile data, which is a 4G as usual, and this is the Wi-Fi. Okay, now but today, when I turn the detector to a 2-dot setting, now please remember that whenever you switch to 1 dot to 2 dot, please switch the detector off before you switch the mode, between 1 to 2. Okay, this is to prolong the lifespan of the detector as well. Okay, now I'm going to switch back to 2 dot, and 2 dot represents that the detector is actually measuring high frequency electromagnetic noise radiation density. Now, to show you that this detector is measuring that, now, before I turn my phone into airplane mode, okay, there is Wi-Fi and there is also the 4G mobile data, okay. Of course, the detector is able to pick up certain, density, but some people think that, this detector is actually picking up the Wi-Fi signal or maybe the 4G signal coming from a cell tower, okay. Now what I'm going to do next is I'm going to switch my phone into airplane mode, and by switching it to airplane mode, I'm actually discontinuing all my network connections to mobile data and Wi-Fi. Okay, now with this mode, now my phone is actually on airplane mode and it's no longer receiving any Wi-Fi data or 4G data. Now, let me show you what happens. My detector is still on 2 dot, and if you notice, it is still picking up reading and it's averaging at about 1,400 to about 2,000 microwatts. Okay, now this scenario happens because the radiation detector 9300, when it's on the 2 dot function, it is actually built to register or to capture the electromagnetic noise radiation density coming from the internal circuit board and also the battery itself. Okay, so this detector is actually built to read or to capture or to measure the third energy coming from the training slides. Okay, so now with this training, I hope that all of you here can understand that the radiation detector 9300 is very different from other detectors from the market, because this detector is built to capture and to measure the third radiation energy, which is the electromagnetic noise radiation. Thank you. Okay. Okay. In this video, I'm going to explain to you the 3 different types of energy. So I hope that this video is going to create more clarity in terms of the usage, in terms of what type of energy does it measure. Okay, now for those people who came in late, don't worry, because we will be uploading today's training recording into the emGuarde Europe channel in the Telegram channel. Later on, I'll be sharing with you the QR code to get access to the emGuarde Europe channel. Okay, so please stay on to the very end of the meeting, and we'll be sharing with you the QR code for you to join the channel for all these resources. Okay, now let me do a quick general briefing about the radiation detector. First of all, the detector must be handheld while measuring or checking the radiation source. So please do not place the detector on the floor or the bed or on the table without you holding the detector, because it doesn't work that way. Okay, you have to use your hand to hold it. Okay, and this is the correct way to measure the intensity of the electromagnetic noise radiation energy. Now, of course, you have to also take note of the temperature storage, and it's not waterproof. The detector is not waterproof, so do not expose the detector to rain or water. All right, and storage, always put the detector back in the PE bag so that it does not, build up moisture, and to avoid the detection ring from oxidation as well. Okay, you can read it during your free time, and these are all the product user manual and the way on how you can actually maintain the detector as well. Okay, now the next video is going to explain to you a scenario. Okay, and this scenario is basically, I think it happens to most of the distributors as well, when they use the radiation detector 9300 to conduct the emGuarde demo. Now, due to the construction of the detector, the developer of the detector need to put a lot of copper coil in order for them to detect targeted electromagnetic noise intensity. However, with that huge amount of copper coil on the ring itself, the detector, it's also, very easily get affected by electrostatic interference or electrostatic discharge. So when that happens, it is able to cause the detector to create a scenario where it captures false reading. Now in this video, I'm going to explain to you how static affects the radiation detector even with emGuarde present in the environment.
Hi guys, so in this video, we will be explaining how static affects sensitive equipment like the Audi. So now, I'm going to use the Audi to scan the phone, as you can see. So it's picking up radiation reading. But as soon as I turn on the emGuarde, as you can see, the white LED light is on. So the radiation is gone, okay? So I'm going to move all the way back just to show you that emGuarde can actually cover up to that range, okay? It's further away from the table. So what we are going to do next is we're going to turn on the static ball. And as soon as I turn on the static ball, I'm going to show you that, the static, it's able to trigger the RD to beep. Okay, so once I scan the phone and I go near to the static ball, the RD 9100 begins to beep again, although it is within the coverage range of the emGuarde. Okay, it's very near, it's less than 1 meter. But as soon as I move away from the static ball, as you can see, the radiation detector stops beeping because emGuarde still function. It's just that whenever we go near to a static area, the RD9100 will get affected by the static and it begins to beep again. Okay? So now I'm going to turn off the static ball. So now the area is without electrostatic, as you can see. And as I scan the phone again, there is no beeping. So during your demonstration, don't...
Okay, so in this video explanation, we are trying to show you that sometimes during the emGuarde demonstration, when you install the emGuarde and when you start doing the checking around your customer's house, sometimes the detector will still pick up certain reading within the emGuarde's coverage range. Now, do not get panicked because this scenario is actually due to static. All right. Now, according to my Google research, the static electricity can also affect other components, especially semiconductor that are often quite sensitive when it comes to a radiation detector. Such event can lead to false reading or damages to the instrument as well. Okay, so therefore, in today's training, I'm going to share with you that the strategy to conduct a perfect emGuarde demo is that we have to own two types of tool. Now, the first tool, it's the radiation detector 9300, where it is able to show the customer where does the radiation comes from and how high is the intensity of the radiation from each appliances in their house. Now, as for the emGuarde installation, okay, when you want to do installation for your customers, we will recommend you to use the following two gadgets that I'm about to present to you now. Because these two devices will not get affected by static, so therefore it is able to show the exact coverage range of the emGuarde technology. So the second tool, which I just mentioned, this is actually one of the best tools for you to use to showcase the emGuarde's efficacy in terms of how far can it suppresses targeted radiation. It is known as the RTL SDR software, which stands for Realtek Radio. Okay, now this particular device is only compatible with Android phone users. So for those people in Europe who are using Apple phone, do not worry because I still have a third device which I've yet to explain to you. Okay, but for those Android phone users, you have to stay focused in what I'm about to say next. Now, this device is available and you can actually buy it online. It's not expensive. And you just have to go through a few simple steps to set up. And in this PowerPoint slides, I've already set up, how to purchase the hardware, how to install the app through Google Play Store. And we have also created a video to teach you on how to install and operate this software. So this video will be made available to you as well in the English version. And we'll be uploading this material to the Telegram channel. So this is how it looks like. Okay, so you can watch it during your free time. And in the next video, I'm going to showcase to you how do we use this particular software, which is a device, to also showcase the emGuarde demo. And in this video, we actually took this video approximately 8 months ago in Hong Kong. And let's watch the video how we actually utilize this particular device to do the emGuarde demo.
So I want you guys to see. Just zoom in on the phone, Ben. You can just take a look at this. I don't know if you guys can hear it. So the software is connected to a dongle that connects to an antenna. And the antenna is receiving the interference around this room. It's unbelievable. Take a look at the chart. It is crazy. Absolutely crazy. We have not seen this anywhere else. Okay? So now what we want to find out is, if we have the emGuarde, what can it do to us and what can it do for us? So it's not connected. Now, I'm going to put next to the SDR software. I'm going to turn it on. In 3, 2, 1. Look at the wave spectrum. It's gone down. I'm going to unplug the emGuarde.
How about this suppression?
All right. Take a look at the suppression, guys. Here, take a look at the suppression. Boom. With the emGuarde turned on.
So in the educational video, we'll be teaching you on which frequencies to tune, because in order for you to do an effective emGuarde demo using the SDR software, it has to specifically tune to the targeted frequencies. All right. Now, this third device that I'm about to share with you is actually one of the latest findings we have. And we find that this device is also compatible for you to do the emGuarde demo. It's called the Baje SDR device. Okay, let's watch the following video. And before I explain further how to operate this particular device. Today, I'm going to introduce to you another SDR device. And I think this device is a far more superior device to do the emGuarde installation as compared to the radiation detector 9300. Because we found out that the Baje SDR device is not affected by static discharge or static interference. Therefore, this device can effectively detect the suppression harmonics coming from the emGuarde 4 meters away from this device. Now I'd like to invite my colleague to bring the emGuarde 4 meters away from this SDR device, and I want you to see currently the SDR software is detecting the noise radiation coming from the background and is about -71 dB in average. And I want you to look at the waterfall spectrum, it's green in color. Now when I turn on the emGuarde 4 meters away from my SDR device, you can clearly see that there is a suppression going on, and now the average scale is at -91. And this is about 31 to 32 times suppression as compared to the original one, and the waterfall spectrum has turned from green to a clear blue. Okay, let me do another contrast. Let's turn off the emGuarde. As you can see, the software is capturing the background noise radiation coming from the antenna. And as soon as I turn on the emGuarde 4 meters away from my device, the suppression registered by this budget SDL software. Alright, and this is a very good tool for you to do the emGuarde installation. Thank you. Okay, now I'm going to play back to the video to this screen, and I want you to focus on this particular screen. If you notice on the screen, the frequency is tuned to 72 million hertz. All right, and this represents that 72 million hertz, if you convert into megahertz, it is actually 72 megahertz. And 72 megahertz is one of the specific targeted frequencies that emGuarde suppresses, because this frequency has got to do something to the brain. All right. So the developer set this particular frequency to harmonize so that we, when we're in sync with this harmonics frequency in the environment, we get to improve our general well-being, and of course to reduce the potential risks from the negative effects of the radiation as well. Okay, now after today's training, we will also share a PDF file on how to tune this specific device as well. So when you get it online, you can buy it online as well. Okay, so when you get the gadget, and you just have to follow the PDF file that we are about to share with you later, and there will be steps on how to tune this budget detector as well. Okay, so for those people who are not using the Android phone and you're using an Apple phone, so this is actually another device for you to use as for the emGuarde demo as well. Okay, and this detector, it's able to effectively gauge the suppression frequency from the emGuarde, and it is very suitable for you to use as an installation tool for the emGuarde. Okay, I've actually come to the 5th topic of today's training. I'm about to finish. And today, I'm very happy and excited to share with you the latest test report from the University Science of Malaysia. Now, the developer of emGuarde decided to send the emGuarde in for a second round of testing. And this time, they're actually testing the emGuarde from a range of 1 meter radius all the way up to 6 meter radius. And in this report, you are able to fetch a better suppression results, all right, as compared to the first report, because the first report was only meant to test 4 meter radius and beyond. So in this report, you're about to get different suppression percentages, all right, when you turn on the emGuarde device. So now, by reading into the report, this is actually the first table of data that we receive from the institution. And for your information, the professor who tested the emGuarde in his institution, his name is Dr. Yam. He is actually a 4 PhD holder. And thanks to him and his team, we are able to fetch all this data coming from a very specific calculation, or we call it scientific formula, provided from the first page of the report as well. Now let's take a look at this page. Now this particular page is focusing on the suppression frequency of the 36 megahertz range. And let me zoom in. You can actually see clearly from this chart that starting from, okay, RS1 represents residential space. Now from 1 meter, when the emGuarde is on, the percentage of suppression goes all the way up to about 99.4% as compared to before turning on the emGuarde. Okay, so the suppression, it's pretty obvious. All the way up to 2 meter, you still fetch a good 98.7%. Up to 3 meters, it's 99.2. 4 meters, it's up to 99.2. Now, emGuarde is a Japanese-based company, and they are trying to be conservative by telling you that emGuarde, it's able to suppress up to 4-meter radius. But in the actual testing laboratory, when they put emGuarde into tests in this institution, they actually test out all the way up to 6 meters in radius. And as you can see, up to 6 meters, the suppression percentages, it's at 99.4%. Okay, so following it's some of the images they capture from the data graphs, and they're actually using the SDR Touch software to conduct the similar tests, which is the same software I used to showcase emGuarde's efficacy in the presentation slides. So the second table, it's actually testing on 72 megahertz, and 72 megahertz is actually one of the most important frequencies that we are suppressing. All right, if you notice, the suppression percentages from 1 meter to 6 meter, it's above 99%. Okay, so you can view this report during your free time. All right, all this will be given to you, the slides. And this is actually the pictures of the places that they put emGuarde to test in different residential environment, workspaces, and laboratory. Now, the conclusion from the report says that the emGuarde electromagnetic noise radiation harmonizer successfully reduced unwanted electromagnetic noise waves between 35 megahertz to 37, 71 to 73, 107 to 108 in all test environment until a 6-meter coverage. And these are actually the few targeted suppression frequencies that emGuarde is able to cover, all the way up to 1000 megahertz. And I would like to remind you that earlier on, during my presentation, I was talking about the FCC report bulletin, talking about we as a human body, we are able to absorb more energy between 30 megahertz to 300 megahertz. And if you notice from the report, all these frequencies given, it's actually between 30 megahertz to about 300 megahertz. Okay, all right. Then the final slides, we would love to invite you to leverage on the marketing resources. And over here, we've got 2 links for you. The first link is for you to join the emGuarde Europe channel. We call it emGuarde EU. Okay, and in this emGuarde EU channel, I would like to invite all distributors to join this particular EU channel for all the appropriate and official emGuarde presentation material. Because in the EU countries, we have to comply to certain compliance regulation. So for all European distributors, please only download the information provided from the emGuarde Europe Telegram channel. And of course, feel free to visit the emGuarde official website as well, which is www.emguarde.com. Okay, I hope that today's training brings some greater clarity for all of you here today. All right, some of you have been attending the training for a few times. And for those of you who missed out the first part of the training, do not worry, because the entire training is recorded and we'll be uploading this training into the official emGuarde YouTube channel as well. Okay, now I would like to invite the host to pass the co-host presenter to Mr. Simon. If you can look for Mr. Simon, please pass the co-host to Mr. Simon. And let me introduce this gentleman to you. Now, this gentleman that's going to speak next, this man is one of the top producer of the emGuarde series in the Malaysian region. And besides that, he actually ventures out of Malaysia and he actually built his emGuarde business in many different countries. Okay. Now, his current rank is 6A2-3. He is one of the top rank leaders in the emGuarde industry. And without any further delay, let's welcome Mr. Simon Low from emGuarde
Hello,
Malaysia.
everybody. Thank
To
you
you,
so
Simon.
much, David, for the powerful and informative training on emGuarde. So I want to say good afternoon to all the European translators, all the amazing staff doing the very hard work of translating all the technical terms. And I'd like to welcome and say hi to all our European family members in emGuarde, because I believe emGuarde is a family. And if you feel that we're all part of the same family, you can give a thumbs up on the chat. Yeah, so very happy to be here. Thank you so much, emGuarde Europe, for inviting me to this call tonight. Or now it's nighttime in Hong Kong. We just ended a seminar in Hong Kong. And I think for you guys in Europe, it's in the afternoon. So I'm here to just share a little bit about my journey with emGuarde and how it has helped me to rank up to 6A2-3 back in June. And those of you who are in Okinawa, we enjoyed so much in Okinawa. And those of you who achieved -3, we're able to see our beautiful bonsai tree in Japan on the golf course. It's just an amazing feeling, right? So if you want to be 6A2-3 or even 6A or 6A2 or going to the next rank, I suggest to you, you can really utilize the emGuarde, because it has really helped me to rank up and get a lot of group sales. So today I'm going to have a very short presentation on what I would like to call emGuarde 2.0. All right, emGuarde 2.0. Okay, so a lot of people keep asking me, so Simon, why are you so excited about emGuarde? All right, why are you so excited about emGuarde? What do you see about emGuarde? How come we see you promoting emGuarde, everywhere? Now, the reason is this, because if I were to be the first person to got to know about Kangen water, maybe 20 years ago, I would have been a, 6A-6-7 by now. Okay. So I wish I was the first person to become the number one in the water. So I know I don't have a time machine. But when I saw emGuarde, by the way, every time you use your laptop or you're working, please turn on the emGuarde. It makes a huge difference. But when I saw the emGuarde, to me, this is my time machine. This is my time machine. Because now, with this brand new product line in emGuarde, I can choose to be the first in my region to spread this technology in my region. Because I know I can't go back in time to spread Kangen to be the first person, but I can be the first person with emGuarde. So I think for Europe, for those of you joining us from Europe, it's barely been 3 months since emGuarde was launched. And I think the response was amazing because the awareness level of people in Europe are very high on EMF radiation, EMF knowledge. It's very high in Europe. So that's why I feel Europe market is a fantastic market. All right, it's a fantastic market. So I'm going to try to share my screen here. Okay, system, yep, good. Let me just try to share. Oops. Okay, I'm not sure why I can't share my screen. Let me try to do it. It's okay. I can't share my screen, but no problem. I only have a couple slides, so it's not too important. I'll just do it on live for you guys. All right. So the first thing, guys, is, you know, I believe now emGuarde is evolving into a company that would like to bring more wellness to families around the world. So for the first 50 years, they started with the water. All right. They started with the water. And now what I look forward to is the next 50 years of emGuarde, because I'm going to be in this business for a very long time. Who believes that, emGuarde is a long-term business? Give it a thumbs up. It's not something you do for 2, 3, 4, 5 years and then you quit. You make a bit of money and then you quit. I think emGuarde is a company that's here to support us and to grow with us for the next 50 or even 100 years. If I have a kid tomorrow, when my kid grows up, I would love for my kid to be part of emGuarde. All right, so emGuarde is evolving. It's evolving to a company that truly cares about the wellness of people. So we need to understand that emGuarde, all right, is going to grow into a multi-product company. All right, and emGuarde is the start of this journey. Now, when we're marketing emGuarde, I believe the emGuarde product is actually quite easy to explain. But what David has done today, it's just incredible. He has really spent the last 6 years and he dived deep into this technology to be able to come up with so much information for all of us. I think we're very blessed, because a lot of us, without people like him, we would have took years to find out about all this information. All right. So I believe we're very blessed. I believe we are starting at the right position. All right. So, however, you don't really need to be very technical when you're talking to your market. I believe simple is best. If you believe simple is best, give me a thumbs up. Because if you are too technical, people get confused. Some people may not even know what you are talking about. Some people may feel the more you explain, the more skeptical they become. So I like to keep things simple. I'm not a very technical person. I like to understand technical things for myself, but I rarely share it with my new prospects because most of the time it confuses them because it's too much information. So I think the content tonight that David has shared so powerfully is for your own understanding of what emGuarde is, and you decide how much of those content you would like to give it to the market. All right, that's very, very important. Okay, so that is number 2. And emGuarde is a simple product. So I believe here is that we have to create 70 to 80% of the work is to actually create awareness about EMF and the danger of EMF. That is 70%. Okay, the rest, talking about emGuarde, it's easy. Just do a demo. All right, so that comes to my next point. How do I sell so many emGuardes in my team? I just do a lot of demonstrations. And my demonstrations are very simple. I use the RD9300 and I use the SDR BAJ detector or the SDR software. Okay, so let me explain to you how I actually do my demo. So first, I would actually whip out the SDR detector that David has shared with you guys today. And I would tell them that this is a tool to read the background radiation level of your environment, how polluted your environment is. Okay? And when they see the waves, they get scared. They go, oh my God, there's a lot of waves, right? So then I get their attention. Then I talk about radiation and radiation's harm. And then I use the RD9300 to show them where the radiation is coming from. It's almost a guaranteed sale every time I do that. So for those of you who don't have your SDR, go and get it today. Just type it on Google, Amazon, eBay. It's there. It's not something that emGuarde sells because it's already in the market. All right, it's already in the market. If you can still hear me well, can you give me a thumbs up? Because it's raining very heavy outside in Hong Kong. There's a typhoon. I just want to make sure the connection is good. Thank you very much. Okay. So, and you need to be paranoid, guys. You know, for every new business, if we look at emGuarde as, you know, it's just another product, it's just a new product in Enagic. You know, there are certain people that feels, oh my God, Enagic has came up with another product. Now I have to learn how to sell it. So it feels like a burden. Okay. So, but some people like me, I look at it as a brand new opportunity that I can dominate the market with this new product. Why? Because nobody knows about emGuarde yet. So the question is, do you want to go massive action to market emGuarde when everybody knows about emGuarde or when nobody knows about emGuarde? All right. I know now there has been some challenges in Europe because of the demand that there is no more stock for the radiation detector, right? We had the same problem in Malaysia. For 3 months, we didn't have a single unit of the detector because of the demand. All right. So I didn't let that stop me. We wanted to know what are the other tools in the market we can use to demonstrate emGuarde. And that's where the SDR tool was discovered. So that's how SDR was brought in, and I started using the SDR phone application. I'm actually an Apple user, so I an Android phone to install the app. And today, amazing news, even if you don't have an Android phone, you can buy the Bajay SDR detector. It's on Amazon, it's on eBay, right? And those of you who will be joining the emGuarde Europe channel, the link to purchase these units we'll post it there. You don't need to buy it from that link itself because there are many vendors selling the same product. So find the cheapest one, find the nearest one. Okay? So we found ways to market. We didn't allow the lack of detector slow us down. All right? So guys, you need to be paranoid because if you are not paranoid, you're going to lose out a lot of market share to other distributors from around the world. All right? So I think, you know, we have been doing a lot of trainings in Europe as well. We have gone there for a tour. In fact, I'm going to speak about the next tour happening end of September to October. Myself, David, and some other leaders will be coming to Europe end of September and October and doing an amazing tour around Europe to share with you guys what emGuarde is. And this is the golden opportunity. I know it's after your summer break. It is a golden opportunity for you guys to really bring in all your downlines, all your leaders, all your customers, prospects into our tour, into our seminars, which I will be sharing with you at the end of my talk tonight. All right. So guys, you don't need more house. I think everybody knows what emGuarde is. Everybody knows what it does. All you need to do is to take the action, right? So imagine it's your first day that you got to know about Enagic's Kangen water. What were you doing? We were so excited, right? We had the people, we were testing every single water in the supermarket. We were buying every bottled water there is, and we're testing everything. We were like a kid in a candy store. So excited. So with emGuarde, reignite the enthusiasm because it's going to help you get to the next level in your business. All right. Excitement and enthusiasm is everything. You can't go out into the market looking like a zombie or just letting your friends know, oh, there's a new product. Are you interested? I can share with you. No, you go out to the market and let the market know we have something that is going to rock Europe. It's a brand new technology and every home in Europe is going to have it. And now we are the first people to have it in our hands. And I want to share this with you. Does that make a difference? It makes a difference, right? Your energy, your enthusiasm makes all the difference. All right. So I believe you got to keep the technology simple, but you got to give it a lot of energy and you just got to get as many people to try this out. Who here you have gotten benefits, right? After using the emGuarde? Give me a thumbs up emoji. You have felt that your wellness has improved, you're feeling better, you know, you just You just can't live without emGuarde. Take a look at the emojis, guys. So guys, can you imagine there are millions of people out there in Europe that doesn't even know about this. And it's our job to go and share with them because you know it's going to change their life. You know it's going to change their life. All right? And a very important point, I have 3 more points to cover. A very, very important point is, guys, if you are, the way you present enagic is how people perceive enagic. The way you present enagic is how people view enagic. I want you guys to write that down. The way you present enagic is how people view enagic. Now, a lot of people go out into the market. enagic, Kangen Water. It's a water company. enagic, emGuarde. It's an anti-radiation device company. So if we are presenting enagic in that way, people look at enagic as the product. There's no difference between Kangen and enagic or emGuarde and enagic. But what really is enagic? enagic is not just a company that sells emGuarde or Kangen. enagic is a company that had billions of dollars of sales, 50 years of history in the market, and enagic is providing every single common man like me an opportunity to learn about their world-class products and have the opportunity to become an entrepreneur to achieve financial success and wellness success in our life and to achieve time freedom in our life. Is there a difference, once again, the way you present enagic? Number one, enagic is the water. Very good for you. Drink the water. It's going to help you. It's a product. But if you present enagic in a different way, that enagic is here to change their life, and if you're sick and tired of what you're doing, if you're sick and tired of the way your body is, you have no energy, it's time for you to look at an alternative way. And enagic is here to provide you with the platform. So that's how I present enagic. And when people hear that, their perception of enagic is no longer water machine or emGuarde. It is a complete different thing. So I always ask people this: how many products does enagic have? How many products does enagic have? I know you guys can't type in the answer. A lot of people will tell me, oh, we have 5 products because there is the SD, K8, Junior, Super, emGuarde, Ukon, Enerspa, 7 products, right? No, enagic has 2 products, only 2. First product are the healthy products that we use every day. And the second product is the business, ladies and gentlemen. And most of us have been so focused in selling the first product, and we forget about the second product. We totally don't sell the second product, which is why some of you are getting slow down in your business, because you're only selling the first product. You need to sell the second one. So in my next Europe tour, I'm going to come into your city. I don't know where it is. We're coming to Paris. We're coming to Italy. We're coming to London. We're coming to Turkey. We're coming to Germany. And I'm going to share with you how you can effectively not just sell emGuarde, but the second product of enagic, which is the business. Because if you learn the strategies, okay, if you learn the strategies to sell the business well, you're going to fly in enagic. All right. So guys, be very aware of how you are presenting enagic to your customers. All right. And the second last point I want to talk about today is social media presence. You have to go up on Facebook. You have to be very visible on your social media. I follow a lot of successful enagic distributors around the world, American, European, Asian. Those people who are very successful, they are very visible on social media. They let people know that they're selling emGuarde, they're selling Kangen, they're building a team, they are building a business. So when you are able to show to the world that that is what you're doing, it becomes easier for your community of people that is in your Facebook to know what you're doing. Because there's two ways when you meet up with your friend that you have not met him in a long time. First way, I've not seen you in such a long time. How have you been? What have you been up to? Not very powerful, right? Second way, oh my God, Ken, Paula, I've not seen you in a long time. I've been following your Facebook. You've been traveling the world. You've been doing this business of yours. You look like you're very successful. I want to know more about your business. Is there a difference? And the difference is when you are showing up and being visible on your social media. Being visible on social media has already helped me close a lot of distributors to come into my organization. So if you're not doing that today, start being visible on your social media. And that brings me to my last point. People come to me, Simon, I've showed my customer the emGuarde. I've explained to them what it does. I've shown everything. I've shown them the demo, the SDR, the detector, but they're not committing on the unit. I have a suggestion for you. Now, when we start a business, right, let's say you want to open up a restaurant in Europe. It's going to cost tens and thousands of, if not hundreds of thousands of euros, right? If you want to start a business. Now, Enagic business is so cheap to start. All you need to do is invest in Kangen or invest in emGuarde. You can start the business. So those of you who are serious, that views this as a business, what I suggest to you to do is to use something called a puppy dog sale. Let me explain what a puppy dog sale is. A puppy dog sale is, imagine I have some brand new puppies, okay, in my house, and I want to give them away because I can't take care of them. I go to my neighbor. Let's say her name is Sharon. I say, Sharon, I'm going away for a while. Can you take care of this little puppy for 1 week for me while I'm gone? Okay? When I come back, I'm going to get the puppy back from you. Thank you very much. I go away for 1 week. I come back. I say, Sharon, can I have the... What does Sharon say? No, I'm not giving you my puppy. I love this puppy. I want to keep this puppy. This is what we call a puppy dog sale. You invest 3 to 5 units of emGuarde. After a demo, people who are skeptical, they're not sure it's going to work, let them use the unit for a week. Because when you let them try it out, no obligation. If you don't feel any difference or if you feel it does nothing, you return the unit. No questions asked. This is my suggestion to you. That's what I'm doing. Okay? Now, the good thing about loaning out the emGuarde is rarely people would damage the emGuarde because they don't put this in the kitchen. I've loaned out Kangen machines, new Kangen machines, and when it came back 1 week later, it looked like a 10-year-old machine. I don't know what happened. They put it outside, wet kitchen, sun, rain, I don't know. But emGuarde, normally, where do they put the emGuarde? In their room. Air conditioning, no sunlight, and it's so easy to install, right? Just the USB cable, try it. So that is what we call a puppy dog close. And it has helped me close a lot of sales. In fact, some of them said, lend me a unit. I'll try it for a week. They felt better. They bought a unit. 2 weeks later, they call me back. I want another unit for my kids' room. I want another unit for my living room. I want another unit for the car because a lot of them drive electric vehicles nowadays, lots of radiation. I want one for the office, and sales just keep coming back, all because I decided to loan them for about a week or two. So guys, this is one of my key strategies, and I would suggest that you guys use it because it's very effective for me. If you're getting value so far, give me a thumbs up. I'm almost coming to the end. I wanted to keep my sharing very short because of time and translation. I will share a lot more with you when I see you guys in person in Europe. And I would like to request Ben and David to help me share the schedule for Europe. And this is the tentative schedule. Oh, looks like a bunch of donuts. That's not Europe. Okay. All right. So this schedule is tentative because there could be more cities and countries added in. Yeah, there could be more cities and countries added in. So Ben and David, once you're ready, please share the schedule. Thank you very much. Give them some time. Yeah, so I believe the first stop we'll be going is Paris in France. So those of you who are in France or around France, please make sure you guys attend the event. Thank you very much. Okay, now you would notice that only the city name is there. There is no hotel details, there's no timing, there's all these details will be finalized by the respective branch managers, all right? So I've decided just to share with you guys the schedule, and then you guys would be receiving from your branch managers all the event details, and it will also be in the Telegram group. So on the 28th of September, we're going to Paris. So if you are from Paris, you're from France, give me a thumbs up. 28th of September, you know, we're going to do a very exciting seminar in Paris. On the 1st of October, we're going to come to London, UK. All right. Our British friends, join us. I would love to see you there. And the 3rd to the 5th of October, we're going to be in beautiful Italy. All right. Starting with Genoa in Italy. I think that's how you pronounce it without the V. Genoa, Italy. And then Rome on the 5th. Okay. And on the 6th, we are going to beautiful Bucharest, Romania. All right. Now, Bucharest is going to happen in Crown Plaza. I know the hotel already, but again, wait for the detail. And on the 8th of October, we're coming to Dusseldorf in Germany. And the last stop of our Europe tour will be coming to Turkey. Some of my Turkish friends are here. Merhaba. Okay. Turkey, we're coming October, and there could be more cities around Europe that we could be adding in as time goes by. Okay, so I want to give you guys a heads up because we don't come to Europe all the time. And, you know, I believe that sharing is always caring. Most of you guys here are not even in my team, but I believe the more you give, the more energy you give out, the more you give to others, the universe will somehow reward us in many ways. So, you know, I really urge all of us, even though we are sidelines, cross line, up line, down line, I don't know what line, diagonal line, it doesn't matter, okay? Because we're all in the same emGuarde family, and there is more than enough in the world for each and every one of us. All right, so let's all help each other. Let's all help emGuarde for the next 50 years. I look forward to seeing you, you know, in Europe. Take down these dates. And once again, thank you to the European team. Amazing people like Ken, Monica, Paula, amazing people. I can't see the names that have been translating the whole time. Thank you very much. And Ben and David, can you just kindly just also share the Telegram QR code once again? For those of you who did not manage to join, let's share it again. And currently the Telegram group, I just checked, it's still empty. So we're going to be putting up a lot of information after this call tonight. Okay, so just stay tuned and share this link with all your downlines and your team members. For you to be successful in emGuarde, you must make sure that the information goes all the way. The information has to travel. If only you have the information, you're not going to grow. So it's all about educating, and educate with excitement. You know, we live in a world that it's so negative. War here, bomb here, bad things there. emGuarde is a place for happiness, it's a place for excitement, positivity. Let's share that. All right. And can we have, yep, the Telegram link. So guys, take a photo of it, join it right now. And I'm checking. We only have 71 subscribers from this call, but there's 314 people. So something is wrong. Or maybe you don't have your phone.
So just make sure join the group because everything will be there. All the PowerPoint slides will be there. Okay. So ladies and gentlemen, thanks for the opportunity. Thank you everybody for coming to this call. We hope to see you at the next call. If not, we'll see you guys in Europe. Thank you. Have a nice day. God bless everybody and good night.
Thank you, everyone. Bye bye.